Hello, welcome to your Friday. This is week 59. It is the 12th day of March 2021, and I can't believe it's week 59. I actually had to check my paper to make sure. At any rate, March is here, spring is here, summer's on the way. I hope you are enjoying this fantastic weather we've been having lately. At least if you live in Illinois or Rockford, you would note we're having some amazing weather. We had quite a bit of snow, which is almost gone. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Last week, I posted a video about acknowledgement and recognition, to which I received a lot of comments, likes, and a lot of private messages, some of which included well wishes for my mom. And I want to thank everybody. In times like this, a person gets pretty amazed at the outpouring of support from friends and family. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means everything to me, especially the prayers. All right, let's talk about a shout out. How about the Border Patrol agents? Lately, we've had some issues going on, and I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to get into any of it. But Border Patrol agents have a difficult job on many levels. They deal with kids, adults, so many people who are coming from horrible situations, and some who are just trying to get to this fantastic America. At any rate, my shout out goes to Border Patrol agents. Please keep them in your prayers as they do their difficult job. So again, last week I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? And I realized that life cannot be full of positives. We can't always have positives in our life. Although we strive to, we refuse to accept the negative. It's sometimes difficult to stay positive. I went online for a brief minute and I found some information from dailygreatness.com. And it says, how do you phrase a negative as a positive? And this simply notes, being positive is definitely an ideal way to live. It makes you and others feel great, but it's not always the best way. Go figure. You need both polarities of positive and negative to see things as they really are. Being constantly positive is not necessary for a happy life, fulfilled, and a successful life. I think there's something that we don't think about. Isn't it the negative situations that make the positive situations so much greater? I think so. When you realize everything going on in your life, if you have a negative situation, once you get out of it, you're thankful you're out of it. You appreciate the fact that you got through it, and that you are currently in a positive situation. At any rate, that's a lot of positives and negatives, and I hope I didn't get confusing, but I think it's really interesting. And then it brought me to a life lesson of mine that I'd like to share with you. In my line of work, law enforcement, I worked alone most of the time. And I'm only going to use this word once, but there were often times we had an oh shit situation. I'll call it an oh crap from here on, but oh crap just doesn't sound as impactful as the other one. At any rate, what do you do? Or what do you do when you have a negative situation? How do you get out of it? How do you move forward? This life lesson I learned years and years ago is called crisis rehearsal. And what you do is you go through situations in your mind. And as you're doing it, you try to think about how you'd respond. And in doing that, if you do it enough, your mind becomes conditioned to how to respond. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but when I was working, if I was driving long distances, or if I was sitting at home and just thinking, I would allow myself to go to very negative places with work. Try to condition my mind in what I would do. You're never going to come across that situation exactly as you thought about it, but your mind says, I've been here before. I know how to deal with this. And I believe the same thing works with negative situations. If you're able to take that situation, stay calm, and get through it, you're going to be much better off, aren't you? A lot of people used to say, how do you stay so calm in these oh crap situations? I firmly believe it's because of crisis rehearsal. And I also believe that if I'm not calm, if I'm not going through it in a patient way, a cautious way, my mind is going to go crazy and I very well could get hurt. So the next time you have a negative situation or something that just blows your mind and is over the top, try this crisis rehearsal and see if it doesn't work for you. Imagine yourself getting out of the situation and moving from it to a positive place. Just a little idea, a little life lesson from me. I really believe I've benefited from that big time. So what time is it now? It's time for jokes. These ones are about animals, okay? And again, I had to laugh to myself. I'll probably laugh as I read them. And I'll try to enunciate a little better. Last week I was watching my video and I realized, how do you make antifreeze steal her blanket? And instead I said antifreeze. So maybe it wasn't as funny as it could have been. I do apologize. So let's get started. What looks like half a cat? The other half. Best friend says to his friend who lost his dog, why don't you put an ad in the paper? The friend says, what are you, crazy? My dog can't read. Okay, where do dogs go when their tails fall off? The retail store. What is smarter than a talking dog? A spelling bee. One more. How do fleas get from one dog to the next? By hitchhiking. Okay, I know. They are meant to be that goofy, and I truly enjoy sharing them. And when I read your comments, I think I most enjoy the comments about the goofy jokes. So, in that regard, I hope you have a fantastic Friday, an amazing weekend, a beautiful week next week. As always, and most importantly, God bless you. I'll see you next week.